So earlier on, when I reported on Meghan Markle's as ever cash grab going wrong, with customers being left empty handed, I then came across this blind item shared by Royally Sage. It details what will be received by the customers that were successful, and it's allegedly not what they think. Hey up everyone, it's me, Stef The Alter Nerd, your nerdy alternative, and welcome to the Dose of the Daily Nerd, where I break down the royal news and gossip of the day that's pretty much caught me eye. And oh my goodness, yeah, let's jump into this madness, shall we? Because earlier on, I reported on Meghan Markle's as ever cash grab going wrong, with customers being left empty handed. I then came across this blind item shared by Royally Sage. Now, please make sure you follow Royally Sage on Twitter because they share the best blind items as far as I'm concerned. Now, with this being a blind item, I have to emphasize it's opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Do your own research, come to your own conclusions. But this blind item allegedly details what will be received by the customers that were successful and are going to get product from the As Ever range. And it's allegedly not what they think. And so Royally Sage first tweets out, only a select few were able to buy the products as there was never any real inventory. If she really is outsourcing her products overseas, she is a dumbass. The tariffs were announced a while ago and she has time to change the company that made her products. And so Royally Sage is providing that commentary to this blind item right here that's been published by Secondhand Coke, saying, quote, I heard she didn't have any inventory when the site went up and that she just sold samples to random buyers. So the items that the customers are going to receive that were successful in making their orders, allegedly, it's samples that they're going to be getting. What the hell? If this is true, this is an immense scandal of epic proportions. Now, Secondhand Coke turns round and then says if she released anything, it was only available to a select few. And the website was launched to make idiots see sold out signs and think the products are that good. Now, I have an opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, as to why there was so little on the shelves in the first place that it was then sold out within minutes, let's say, okay? And it's this. My opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. Megxi only had a few of each items in stock to make it more impossible for the likes of me to get me hands on them, to then do a review on them. She wanted to try and maximize as much as possible, in my opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever, of, let's say, quote unquote, the friendlies getting them, so that the initial reviews coming out would be better for Megxi and As Ever. Let's put it that way. Now, that's my theory to it all, okay? Now, Secondhand Coke then turns around and writes, then she asks for your email so you can know when it's back in stock, which she immediately sells to email scammers. That gets her a little money a little faster. Now, this is all alleged, okay? Let me interject with that. Secondhand Coke then says, As Ever is a sever to separate decent people from their money. She's one greedy hog. But if the rumours are true, and I believe they are, she and Harry are living hand to mouth. She spent everything and has millions invested in this business, which is getting ready to tank big time. The tariffs are going to strangle the individual business owner, especially ones dealing in foods. And the tariffs there that Secondhand Coke is referencing, I believe, are the newly announced tariffs that were announced only a couple of days ago from President Trump. Oh, those tariffs going to be affecting Megxi as well? And so then secondhand Coke then says she's so dumb not to have foreseen the complete economical recession that will result from tariffs. She's not going to be able to afford to import those raspberries anymore, much less sell a jar of spread for $15.99. And yeah, jam is not her jam. Okay, remember when she said earlier on this year that jam's a jam? Well, evidently not, because she has to sell it as spread. She can't even sell it as preserve. She has to ensure that she has the correct ratio of ingredients to be able to call her product either jam or preserve. The fact that she's calling it spread means that there isn't the correct ratio for her to legally label it as jam or, at the very least, preserve. So Megsy earlier on saying, oh, jam's me jam. Well, evidently not. Try harder, stupid. A secondhand Coke then concludes saying, how she manages to fail so hard at everything she touches is incredible. Yeah, how she fails so hard to not being able to call her product jam when she initially said earlier on this year that jam is her jam is definitely incredible as well. They then go around to say this has to be the most talentless, boneheaded woman on the earth. Imagine starting out with all the good favour in the world and people paying them millions for content and still ending up bankrupt, shilling gelatinous raspberries in a form mysteriously defined as spread. I know, imagine indeed. But a couple of things coming out of this blind item that, again, your own research, come to your own conclusions. Highly opinion conspiracy theory, whatever, and alleged, is that A, the tariffs are going to sink as ever. That's going to absolutely contribute to the downfall of a brand. That she and Hazza are now living hand to mouth. And that, oh my goodness, they are going to end up bankrupt because she's paying more, she's spending more than what they're earning. And especially with the rumours, the speculation that at the end of this year, Netflix are going to drop them like a freaking hot potato. It seems like allegedly their money worries are only going to get worse. And if this is the best that Megsy can do with the launch of her brand and her products going on sale, her future launches, I don't think are going to be quite up to speed. With that being said, if you appreciated this video and you want more, believe me, of course, there's going to be more. You do not want to miss my next video. Then make sure you subscribe to join our Alter Nerd tribe, like, share, comment down below your opinion, conspiracy theory, whatever. What do you think to this blind item exposing Megsy's sneaky deception at the As Ever product launch, turning round and saying that the products being sold were samples? What do you guys think to that? Do you believe it? Not believe it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning into this video. I appreciate all your faces. And until the next time, you guys, laters.